How to avoid BitTorrent to degrade my connection performance without limiting bandwidth usage. The only way I found so far to have a normal web surfing, while the uTorrent is on, is to limit its bandwidth usage. There is a smarter way where the torrent can use the remaining bandwidth.
One, choose a good ISP. The bottleneck could be at your ISP's TLAN, CMTS, and if your ISP doesn't handle congestion avoidance and traffic shaping properly, except changing or asking less from it, there's nothing you can do. 2, on your side. However, usually what's degrade the network performance is not the download bandwidth used alone. For a single connection, a large bandwidth usage is well handled natively by ISP, router, OS and other pieces of the network, but the number of concurrent connections used and/or bad allocation of your limited upload bandwidth. 2.1 Your router is an essential piece of your network. So a modem/router that handle well many simultaneous connections and congestion could really help. My trust would go to Linksys Cisco or Netgear. But this linksmallnetbuilder.com router charts could be interesting. Additionally, you could get many advanced features, QoS, alternative congestion algorithm, Iptable, on some home routers with an alternative firmware, DDWRT, supported routers list. Tomato and Opened are popular alternative too, but they support less devices and are less user-friendly. Note, if your router have low spec, memory/CPU, don't be too greedy. 2.2 How to set up uTorrent. As it was said by Fishwalker, uTorrent Speed Guide. Select the listing closest to your upload speed result, rounding down as necessary. Higher settings will not give you better speed, and may in fact make download speeds worse. Too low of an upload speed will give the same result. So don't try to be greedy. Decrease slightly step by step with some tests. All the settings are in Options and GT, Preferences and GT, Bandwidth. Except half-open connections, Options and GT, Preferences and GT, Advanced and GT. net.max_half-open. torrentfreak.com upload bandwidth, approximately 85% of your upload rate. Download bandwidth, approximately 95% of your download rate. Slower connections, upload and LT, 60 kilobits per second, need a little more space, so download rate 85%. Maximum connected peers per torrent, not too high, not too low, try upload rate 1.3. Maximum upload slots, 1+, upload rate, 6. Maximum half-open TCP connections, upload rate 2, and AMP, never higher than 1000, and more for slower connections, upload and LT, 60 kilobits per second, upload rate 4. Scheduling. As it was said by Pangaea, simple trick but maybe the most effective way to deal with it. If you keep your computer running when you don't use it, or use it locally only, set uTorrent to download only at these times. Options and GT, Preferences and GT, Scheduler. 2.4 Sources, Trackers and AMP, Seedbox. A good tracker with generous users will help you. A good ratio tracker with many users that have a seedbox will help you more. Using a seedbox yourself beside give you a high ratio, could enable you to download at the maximum speed of your connection while avoiding to deal with the requiring BitTorrent protocol on your own computer. But cost you some bucks every month. 2.5 How to set up QoS. As it was also said by Pangaea, QoS could be used on your side for traffic shaping. Only for outbound data. An overview. What's QoS? QoS the router? You could just let utorrent at the default priority and up the other connections. But to create a QoS rule specifically for utorrent on your home router, you must choose a port, outside of the well-known ports range, and outside of the 6881 to 6999 range to avoid limitations of some providers, so that utorrent will be recognized by the router. utorrent, options and GT, preferences and GT, advanced and GT, net.outgoing_port. Set a router QoS rule accordingly. For more resources, QoS tutorial linksysinfo.org. QoS on your computer. Win plus R. depedit.msc. Computer configuration, or user configuration, and GT. Windows, settings, and GT, right-click, policy-based QoS, and then click, Create New Policy. DSCP, a higher value indicates a higher priority for the packet. By default, the specified DSCP value checkbox is selected and its value is 0. Throttle rate will limit the outgoing network traffic to a specified rate. Create your rule based on application, URL, IP, protocol, port. For more resources, Microsoft TechNet, working with QoS policies, policy-based quality of service, QoS, creating and editing a QoS policy, advanced QoS settings, quality of service, policy-based QoS architecture in Windows Server 2008 and Windows Vista. 2.6 additional softwares that could help. I don't have used them myself, but I have read some good reviews about QoSpeed. NIS driver for Windows 7. Traffic shaping. Traffic limits, speed limits. Prioritization of programs. RTP/VoIP detection. Cost $19.90. Net limiter. Grant is a feature in NetLimiter 2, Pro version only. It could seem similar to limits, but it works differently. When you set grant for application or connection, then it means that you grant specified bandwidth for it. If other application/connections take too much bandwidth, then it is taken from them and is given to application/connection with granted bandwidth. Cost, $29.95.
Your router might have options for traffic shaping and POS. This will give higher priority to traffic you designate like HTTP, and lower the priority for your torrents. Also, some torrent clients allow for scheduling pretty, so you can designate your torrents to upload and download during off hours when everyone is asleep.
Since you're on Windows 7, you can use QoS without a router. See the Microsoft article at URL-based QoS, as well as QoS Program Manager's blog, QoS in Windows 7. See also this Cable Guy article, QoS Support in Windows. A step-by-step description of the process is here, how URL QoS works in Windows 7.
take your connection speed and allow uTorrent to use a certain percentage of it. While the multiple connections will give you a noticeable slowing of bandwidth-intensive tasks, Hulu, YouTube, streaming and AMP, flash loading, it won't kill it completely. Commonly people have it set to about 20% of their upload capacity and 50% of their download. If you have cable internet with a 5 Mbit connection, 20 kilobits up and 100 kilobits down is good.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.